Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. SJ Poor here from Little Face Brewing. What I have here are two little samples and another beer. I'll set you right here. These two little samples, wow, check that out. These two samples are the same beer, fermented out differently. This one in my right hand, this one is fermented out. It's the hop experiment, the Puka hop experiment. Fermented out with 05. And this one is the same beer, the Puka hop experiment, fermented out with Omega's Hothead. Now, the color is very similar. However, the Hothead is way cleaner than the 05 in appearance. So that's kind of cool. Sit you guys down. So yeah, so this is a little bit of moving stuff around. I'm trying to stay within the parameters of the hop experiment, and yeah, it's working out pretty good. This beer right here is actually the Falconer Flight IPA. So this is my Falconer Flight IPA, and it's not the 7 C's, but it's the regular Falconer Flight, which is phenomenal. The hop experiment beer is actually the Falconer Flight 7 C's. Fermented out 05, fermented out Hothead Omega. So yeah, so we're going to show you footage from the brew day and throughout on this one right now. So today is my brew day of doing a Falconer Flight 7 C's. This is for the Puka experiment. I'm getting ready to do my starter. I'm going to be using Omega's Hothead. It's been sitting in my sanitizer, ambient temperature. Get my scissors. And onto the stir plate. Alrighty, folks. Well, I kind of switched things up a little bit. I decided to get the Mr. Beer fermenters out because they're going to be really good for what I'm fixing to do here. Actually, what I'm already doing. And that is, after speaking with Puka about the experiment, using the Hothead was not really staying within the guidelines of that experiment. And he's right. It wasn't. They want to use a clean yeast. Everybody used the same, basically the same variety, which is Safe Ale 05 or 001, and I forget what the other one, 51 I believe it is for WLP. So, me using hothead wasn't really a good idea. So I took that 5 gallons and I split the 5 gallons in half. I got 2.5 gallons in this fermenter, which is the Safe Ale 05, and I got 2.5 gallons in this little fermenter, which is hothead. This is even a better experiment because I'm going to be able to tell what the hotheads does. Now the Falconer Flight 7Cs, that's the hop that I'm using for the experiment. I've brewed this hop before. I love the hop. I love Falconer Flight. Actually, between the two, I like the Falconer Flight better than the 7Cs, but that's just my personal taste. But 7Cs is a really good one. Splitting this up in half like this is going to let me know what Omega's hothead is all about. I already know what the hop tastes like. I've fermented it out many times with 05, which is this one over here. So I'm doing an experiment within an experiment. How cool is that? I've got one hell of a mess. Actually, not too bad of a mess here to clean up. There was a lot of hops in this beer. My starter was really good. I expect to have pretty vigorous fermentation off of these two. Mainly because I put a whole pack of 05 in here and I put a whole vial of a bag of hothead in this one on a starter. And they're only 2.5 gallons. It should still work out because for whatever reason I was about 10 points low on my original gravity from the recipe it was put out. This is going to attenuate out a lot further down. So I should actually still fall within the right ABV. But I'm going to definitely be dry. That much I can tell you. I'm going to be very dry. So, we'll see what this stuff looks like tomorrow morning. Because I'm sure this whole thing is going to fill up with krausen. I'm actually thinking about taking these two and setting them inside my busboy once I get all these cleaned out. And put one in each one just in case I have a mess. Because these fermenters actually just have little grooves cut in the top. There's no bubbler on these. So if it starts to bubble out, it's just going to make a mess all over the place. And I don't want a mess. So, it's a really good brew day. Yep. So let's see what tomorrow looks like, right? There's a good 2-inch krausen on top of that hothead. There's a good layer krausen on this, probably about 1 inch on the 05. So we got some good fermentation going here. Smells good too. Smells really good. 2 coats were beef. Sanitize, baby. Sanitize, sanitize. Getting ready to transfer these experiment beers over rubber.
Now you sit upon your high horse like a princess on her throne, staring down your nose and finding all the standing on a mountain, I can see for miles around, and the truth is slowly coming into view. Well, you wanna take me high, but you always keep me down. There just ain't no way, no harm, no pleasing you. Heads you win, tails you lose. I can't help you.
Tom straight, not back, for a little white butt, get a whipping. I like that fish cooking on a great bank, now you can't find in the city. I ain't just whistling Dixie. Whistling Dixie.
Alright, so we've transferred this over to secondary. They're sitting over there, so they'll be in secondary to clean up just a little bit. And that's the beers. That's what they look like. They're beautiful looking beers. Very similar in the nose. So I'm going to actually have a pretzel. Pretzels are really good to clear your palate. That, and I love pretzels. And that's to clear my palate out from the regular Falconers. I think it's a combination of the salt and the pretzel and all that jazz. Makes it really good. Now these are samples pulled out of the primary, going into the secondary, and they've already been dry hopped. Because I dry hopped in the primary. Instead of racking it out, I just did it all in the same fermenter so that I only had one mess to clean up. Yeah, the nose is there. It's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really nice. Very young, but the hop presence is right up front. You really get to taste that hop. Really nice. That's Safel 05. This is the Omega's Hothead. Now I have noticed that there's not as much aroma on this one. A little bit. The aroma is kind of the same, but it's a little more subtle in the Omega. Oh. Wow. It's a lot more crisp. Actually, I'll be honest, the Omega Hothead, wow, really pushes the hop out to the front. I'm kind of surprised with that. I thought the 05 would actually be more hop forward, but the Omega is actually a little more hop forward. So, yeah. I like that. I was a little worried at first with the Omega, the Hothead, that a few fruity esters would come through. That's not the case at all. It's very dry. It's very hop forward. It really Wow. It really makes those hops shine. It really, really does. The 05 is a really nice, balanced IPA. The hops and the malt really work nice together. Very nice, very nice. The Omega really grabs your mouth. It really throws those, wow. It literally surrounds my tongue. Very nice, very nice. I can't wait until these guys are cleaned up and carbonated. Wow. Very nice beers. Very nice beers indeed. So, stay tuned for the Puka hop experiment going on right now. Oh, that was fantastic. Very nice. They're in secondary. We'll give them another 2 weeks, and I'll bottle them rascals up, and they're going out to you guys. Well, you guys that are in the challenge. So, far out. This is S.J. Poor from Little Face Brewing. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, folks. And brew homebrew. South County right here. These guys buy stuff from us from the store. Good group. If you're in South Central Pennsylvania, check out South County. Oh, what a great lineup of beers. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, folks, and brew beer. Brew wonderful beer. Cheers.